Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, we're talking about Nintendo Switch emulation on iOS with MeloNX. They say here MeloNX enables Nintendo Switch emulation on iOS using the Ryujinx iOS codebase. So at the time of filming, MeloNX just released a brand new update, and that's version 1.7.0. As for what's changed here, there's a bunch of stuff regarding JIT, and they've also highlighted better performance. Now, MeloNX is not on the App Store, and since it does utilize JIT, I think it does have to be sideloaded. If you are curious about this one and wanted to learn more about it, like everything we talk about, links are in the description below at the bottom. I don't hide my sources. Moving on, and we're shifting from Nintendo to Sega, and well, this one is interesting. The article's up over on Video Games Chronicle, and it says, Sega warns that Japanese players who bought fraudulent in-game currency have been convicted, and the people selling and buying in-game currency outside of its apps could be arrested. I recommend giving this article a read for a lot more detail here, but on Sega Japan's website, I guess they posted some information and VGC translated it. And I guess in August 2024, a number of people were arrested and convicted of computer fraud after defrauding in-game currency. So it seems as if these people were members of a criminal organization that was selling in-game currency for cheaper than Sega was selling in-game currency. And there's more here, as in this case, the party who requested a proxy billing service and obtained in-game currency may also be charged with a crime. So it seems as if there's going to be crime for both ends, people who were selling it and people who were buying it. And Sega has this message as well. We ask that you never use these services to avoid becoming involved in or being involved in such crimes. We also ask that you refrain from telling others your game ID or password, and from purchasing in-game currency or in-game items from services that request the transfer of your account. Now, on top of all of this, I would say that services that request the transfer of your account is super risky. I would say you could risk losing your account as well and never getting it back. I'm assuming there's a lot of scam artists out there that would be salivating at the opportunity to, hijack a bunch of accounts. Next up here, this one has been generating quite a bit of buzz, and it seems that video game workers are set to unionize, and this could be huge for the video game industry. From my understanding here, I think roughly 1 in 10 video game developers were laid off in recent years, and that is a staggering number in my opinion. Their mission statement is filled with a ton of detail. Again, if you wanted to learn more, links are in the description below. And they seem that they're going to be drafting a video game worker bill of rights. I mean, they say right here, our mission is to take back our lives, our labor, and our passion from those who treat us like replaceable cogs, to empower our fellow workers to link up arms with the laid off, with the freelancer, with the disillusioned contractor, with the disenfranchised and the marginalized, with the workers laboring invisibly to keep this industry afloat. Our goal is to create a union, your union, to fight the whims of CEOs and private equity vultures. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. I'm very curious to see what impact that this will have on the video game industry and video games moving forward. Next up here, if you're a fan of ethical hacking, Kali Linux just got a brand new update to 2025.1a. For those who may be unaware, this one is Debian-based, and it's got a brand new look with new theming. On top of that, the desktop environments got updated. You can get it in KDE Plasma 6.2 or XFCE 4.20. On top of that, there were some updates to NetHunter, and the Raspberry Pi version also got updated. The kernel here that they're using is 6.6.74. Next up, we're talking about PC gaming and Steam and Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, ever since release, Monster Hunter Wilds has been incredibly popular. A lot of people are playing it, a lot of people seem to like it, and a lot of people are buying it. In fact, it was February's most sold game. And they're saying here that Steam accounted for more than half of Monster Hunter Wilds' total dollar sales in the States. Monster Hunter Wilds sold 8 million copies in only 3 days. That is absolutely nuts. And they're saying here that launch month dollar sales more than doubled the total that Monster Hunter Rise achieved during its March 2021 debut. So I guess Monster Hunter Wilds is doing pretty darn good. Next up here, if you're a fan of Wreckfest or just a fan of wrecking stuff, you might be excited about Wreckfest 2. And Wreckfest 2 has just hit early access. It is out now, it can be played. and it's currently got a mostly positive review score. Based on the reviews here, it does seem that this game is truly in early access, and people are cautioning that it's not fleshed out like Wreckfest was, which is completely understandable. So I'm assuming some of the negative reviews are from people expecting a fully fledged, complete game, which, well, this is not. I mean, it's early access. Next up, we're talking about Microsoft, and it seems that Microsoft is trying to capitalize more on the handheld market. Windows 11 now lets you easily type with an Xbox controller. At the time of filming, it hasn't been integrated with stable Windows 11 builds yet. It's on the release preview, which means it'll be coming to Windows 11 very soon. Or if you're checking out release previews, I guess you can check it out already. But at the same time here, I would say this is a big win for people who like Windows and, well, for people who like Windows handhelds. Next up, we're talking about ARK Aquatica, and ARK Aquatica just got a brand new trailer for GDC 2025. And this trailer is, well, it doesn't seem to be being received very well at all, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was pulled eventually. I think the entire trailer is AI generated, and it's pretty evident it is. But let me know your thoughts about this one if you have seen the trailer here. The comments on it they're not very nice. I mean, here are some of the comments. This is disgusting and you should be ashamed of yourselves. When the official trailer has no real animated or in-game footage. How do I delete someone else's video off the internet? There must be some people at this company who knew well in advance that this was a terrible idea. There's a bit of ARK in your AI. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below, but it doesn't seem that any of these comments are positive, and that's kind of crazy. You know it's really bad when comments have more likes than the video. Next up, we're talking about GOG, and it's being reported here by GOG Classics Vault that they're adding 27 more games into their preservation program. And I think that is a big win and deserves some likes. If you're interested in game preservation, I do recommend checking out the video. It's very interesting, and they also list a bunch of stuff in the description here. So as for the games that are being added, we've got Fear Platinum, Silent Hill 4, The Room, Cannon Fodder 1 and 2. I haven't played Cannon Fodder in a while. Fallout 2 Deus Ex Game of the Year Edition, and even more. Next up here, this is more of just a friendly heads up. If you're a fan of baseball and a fan of Nintendo, you may like this news, I guess, unless you don't like the Seattle Mariners. It appears that Nintendo is sponsoring the Seattle Mariners and will have their badge on their uniforms. So the little Nintendo badge here is for their home jerseys, and this huge Nintendo Switch 2 badge is for their away jerseys. We've got Nintendo Switch 2 badges on jerseys before we've got GTA 6. Last up here, if you're a fan of Painkiller, the original game was released back in 2004. You may be a big fan of this news. Painkiller is back and being released in 2025. So there's a brand new trailer, and I do recommend checking it out. It looks really, really good. I don't have a firm release date yet, but it does say fall 2025, and it will be headed to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. No Nintendo Switch. Let me know your thoughts about this one. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. Or maybe there was a fluff. Let me know your thoughts about anything we talked about in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos, don't tempt fate, save your state, and I'll see you tomorrow.